สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Hello everyone, my name is Chanan Panrutan and sitting beside me is Mr. Narupon Zantragun Siri. At this hour, we would like to welcome you to Meditation for Peace program.
Shana and I we are pilots from two different airlines, but for this show we will be on the same plane to welcome you on board Meditation for Peace, which is essential to our career as well as yours.
Many people know meditation, and if you are one of those who have ever meditated before, you will know that meditation is a practical skill. Just as you cannot produce beautiful music from a violin by reading a book, you will not benefit from meditation by merely reading about it.
Right? You need to allow yourself time to practice and perfect your ability and skill. That is why we want to encourage you to start your everyday life with the practice just like us.
Now we would like you to choose a suitable environment where you may sit in a physically and sensorily comfortable way and where you're least likely to be disturbed. Remember, your position should be conducive to relaxation but not sleep, and adjusted during meditation should you feel any discomfort. If you are ready, we can start our practice together now.
หลับตาของเราเบาๆคลอดลูกพอสบายๆคล้ายกับตอนที่เราใกล้จะหลับอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะแล้วก็ทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางหลับสบายผ่อนคลายกล้ามเนื้อทุกส่วนของร่างกายเราตั้งแต่ศีรษะเลื่อยมาเลยใบหน้าศีรษะลำคอให้ผ่อนคลายบ่าไหล่แขนทั้งสองฝ่ามือถึงปลายนิ้วมือให้ผ่อนคลายร่างกายตั้งแต่ลำตัวสะโพกขาทั้งสองถึงปลายนิ้วเท้านะจ๊ะให้ผ่อนคลายให้หมดทั้งเนื้อทั้งตัวสำรวจตรวจตาให้ดีขยับเนื้อขยับตัวของเราให้ดีเนี่ยเลือดลมจะได้เดินได้สะดวกนะจ๊ะผ่อนคลายทุกจุดแล้วก็ทำใจของเราให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้ว่างๆไม่ผูกพันกับคนสัตว์สิ่งของใดๆทั้งสิ้นต้องหยุดต้องนิ่งเพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้เราก็นำใจกลับมาที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7 ซึ่งเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่จะเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัว เพราะฉะนั้นตอนนี้จึงอยู่ที่ว่าทำอย่างไรใจจึงจะหยุดจะนิ่งได้ หยุดกับนิ่งอย่างนี้เนี่ยเราสามารถทำกันได้ทุกคน ถ้าเราเป็นคนปกติธรรมดาสุขภาพร่างกายและจิตใจเราแข็งแรงสมบูรณ์ถ้ามีความเพียรแล้วก็ทำถูกหลักวิชาเราก็ต้องเข้าถึงกันอย่างแน่นอนไอ้ที่เข้าไม่ถึงเพราะว่าทำไม่จริงไม่ต่อเนื่องแล้วก็ไม่ได้ถูกหลักวิชาใจเนี่ยเราต้องฝึกบ่อยๆประคับประคองบ่อยๆให้อยู่ภายในตัวเราให้ไปคลอเคลียร์นวลนีอยู่ที่กลางท้องที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7ลืมตาเดี๋ยวถ้าเรามีบริกรรมนิมิตเป็นที่ยึดที่เกาะของใจมันก็จะง่ายกว่าในการที่เราไม่ได้นึกนิมิตเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าในอริยบทอื่นแล้วก็ตรึกถึงดวงใสหยุดอยู่ในกลางดวงใสๆหรือตรึกถึงองค์พระแก้วใสๆหยุดอยู่ในกลางองค์พระแก้วใสๆถ้าเรามั่นใจว่าไม่ฟุ้งหรือเราพยายามนึกแล้วมันไม่ออกนึกแล้วปวดศีรษะมึนตึงก็วางใจนิ่งเฉยๆที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7แต่ก็ไม่ต้องกังวลฐานที่7มากเกินไปเอาว่าอยู่ในบริเวณกลางท้องแล้วก็ประคองใจด้วยบริกรรมภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปเลยต้องตรึกไปเรื่อยๆเพราะเรายังเป็นผู้ฝึกหัดใหม่ใจมันยังไม่มั่นคงมันยังไม่ตั้งมั่นมันยังโลเลอยู่เดี๋ยวอยู่ภายในเดี๋ยวออกไปภายนอกแต่มักจะออกไปภายนอกมากกว่าเพราะว่าชีวิตประจำวันเราเนี่ยมีการนำมาหากินพบปะผู้คนชีวิตถูกหล่อหลอมด้วยสิ่งที่หยาบๆด้วยสิ่งภายนอกใจก็จะต้องถูกดึงออกไปสู่ภายนอกดังนั้นเราก็ต้องหมั่นดึงกลับเข้ามาสู่ภายในฝึกกันไปบ่อยๆแม้ว่าเราจะมีความรู้สึกว่าเหมือนไม่ก้าวหน้าเหมือนกับว่าเราไม่ได้อะไรแต่ความจริงมันไม่ใช่อย่างนั้นทุกครั้งที่เราหลับตาแล้วก็เก็บใจไว้ในกลางกายสมาธิจะถูกสั่งสมกันไปทีละเล็กทีละน้อยอย่างที่เราไม่รู้สึกตัวเลยว่าเราเกิดความเจริญรุ่งเรืองเกี่ยวกับเรื่องสมาธิแล้วเมื่อเราลดน้ำต้นไม้ที่โคนต้นวันละขันวันละกระป๋องต้นไม้ก็เจริญเติบโตขึ้นทีละเล็กทีละน้อยเราแยกไม่ออกหรอกว่าวันหนึ่งเนี่ยมันโตขึ้นวันละกี่เซนแต่ถ้าหากเรายังทำอย่างนั้นต่อไปไม่ช้ามันก็จะมีดอกมีผลตอบแทนเราการหลับตาทำสมาธินี่ก็เช่นเดียวกันใจจะถูกฝึกให้หยุดนิ่งอยู่ภายในจะถูกยกให้สูงขึ้น จะถูกกรองถูกกลั่นให้ใสให้สะอาดให้บริสุทธิ์ขึ้นเราจะเริ่มนิ่งขึ้นแม้ว่าเริ่มต้นจะนิ่งสักนาทีหนึ่งนะมันก็เป็นรางวัลสำหรับการให้โอกาสกับตัวเราเองทำความเพียรอย่างถูกหลักวิชาเราก็ค่อยๆนิ่งๆแต่อย่าเผลอกดลูกในตาไปดูนะจ๊ะอย่าเผลอทำนิ่งๆนิ่งๆอย่างเดียวให้ใจได้สัมผัสกับความนิ่งในสมบูรณ์หยุดกันนิ่งจะภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปหรือจะไม่ภาวนาก็แล้วแต่ใจเราสมัครเอานะจ๊ะสมัครใจอย่างไรก็เอาอย่างนั้นเราลองทำกันดูผ่อนคลายใจนิ่งนุ่มเบาๆสบายฝึกกันไปนะจ๊ะ
Welcome back. Now you can see that meditation is practicing being in a peaceful state of mind and body. And the more we practice, the more at peace we become within ourselves.
Yes, the golden key of meditation knows no barriers of language, race, religion, or backgrounds that it cannot overcome or unlock. In the next part of our show, you can listen to the wonderful experiences of the people who practice Dhammakaya meditation for the first time at the retreat center in Loi province.
And then you will see that the technique is simple but effective and not conflict with any religion or creed.
It is open to everyone to try for themselves. Listen to the people's testimonies.
Sawadika. Welcome to Sunpa Himawan, the Midway Meditation Retreat Program. My name is Jantipa Livingston. I'll be with you during the interview sessions today. Today we have Mr. Steven Starr from USA. He would like to share with you his experience during the meditation retreat. Sawadika.
Sawadee.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background?
Name is Steve. I'm from the USA. I live in New York State, but up on the Canadian border near Niagara Falls. Cold climate, so it's always nice to come to Thailand during this time of year. I've been coming to Thailand for many years, visiting Southeast Asia. Back home, I'm in retail commission sales, so I'm in a very high-stress environment. It's a retail floor, furniture, of which we bring some from Thailand, but it's very, very stressful. Long days, 8, 9, 10, 11-hour days, non-stop, no break. Sometimes I don't eat. I barely have time to drink water. So it's very competitive, very stressful. It's all about numbers.
Just all days, it's just about work and work and work.
Yeah, I can get there, I can start work 11:30 in the morning and be there till 9, 10 o'clock at night, moving consistently. No break. I don't sit down. So I've been doing that for 14 years now, and it's tiring. It's mental, it's emotional, and it's very physical. At the end of the day, I'm very, very tired. So it's how I spend my day.
Okay, and this is the reason why, because of the climate and the stress that you have back there. That's the reason that you come over to the meditation retreat.
Well, the meditation retreat. I was introduced to Dhammakaya a couple of years ago through my Thai girlfriend. That we've been together for 2 years now. In fact, our second date was Magha Puja 2006.
That's a nice date.
Was not what I was anticipating. Okay, she just suggested we go to Bangkok for Buddha Day, and I thought we were going to go to a temple, and I'd have a little piece of string tied around my wrist and have some water put on me. But little did I know it was a complete day, and what I saw and experienced the lantern ceremony at night. So it was a phenomenal event. Very caught me off guard. So that was our second date, and I returned last year for Magha Puja. So I saw it again in 2007, and we'll be there this year. So I've been exposed to Dhammakai for a couple of years now, and she's been pushing me, to say politely, to come do Middle Way. And I got to the point where, in order to understand her more, because I know she loves to meditate, she really gets a lot out of it, and to understand her more, it would be good to come and do that. And I know it would also help me with my life back home and maybe help with the stress. So I knew it was a win-win for both sides. So that's why I came to do the Middle Way retreat.
She's an amazing woman.
Yeah,
That's
she
why I
is.
introduced you to all the good things
Yes,
that you
yeah.
can apply to your life.
Yeah, I can see that it helps her stay very calm and relaxed, and I can
Make
use
you
it.
relax too, and she relax.
Yeah. So I could see where it would come in and be very handy for me, and help me back home. Where if I can take some of the techniques that we've learned here and help me relax, it could probably help me do better at work, because sometimes the stress level, the emotional level, emotions of all types, from being very happy to just anger. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that can really throw me off throughout the day, and it may not be as effective as it could be, so it holds me back from making some money. So,
And she's the one who introduced you to the Middle Way retreat, this
yes,
one.
yes.
And have you been practice meditation before you came over here?
not really. The biggest thing I would come to meditation would be going up to Niagara Falls, because I grew up 20 minutes from Niagara Falls. I love going to Niagara Falls and standing next to it and just watching the water flow and just listening to the water at the precipice. So for me, that was sort of a form of meditation. If I wanted to go relax, I drive up to Niagara Falls and just
Just stay with the natural.
cha-cha. I just take it easy and I would stay at the natural. So, yeah.
Okay. And what is your interest to start practice meditation? Because your girlfriend introduced it, you want to understand her more. Is that the factor?
Biggest factor would be, to understand her more. That it's the East-West syndrome. Me being from the West, her being East, and just trying to really understand her ways, understand Thai ways, understand Buddhist ways more, so I can be a little bit more understanding and just incorporate some of the practices into my life as well.
Yeah,
So-
and you think that what you're doing now to open up for the new things, to learn new things, it make your life easier,
Yeah, I can see that.
right?
Yeah.
And your relationship with her to be improving better and better.
We'll see. That's going to be, the time will tell. It's too soon to tell right now, but I've been watching her all week because she's here as well, and she's had a smile on her face, and I know she's been very, very happy. So I like to see her happy. She likes to see me happy. So if this helps us take our relationship to another level and make it better, more to it.
And I see you're smiling too. I see your smile on your face, a big smile, so you're a happy one.
It's hard not to smile around here. It's a beautiful environment. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. It's a very nice facility. So.
And what did you learn at this program?
Learned a lot, actually. Learned a lot about Buddhism that I didn't understand before. So there was a lot of philosophy that's brought into many of the classes. And then just really learning about meditation. I know about meditation, people talk about it, but I've never really studied it. So it's given me a time to study meditation and understand its purpose, which is really, now I understand, is to quiet the mind and slow it down. Because I unfortunately have a Western mind that runs at about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I even have a hard time sleeping at night because I can't turn off my brain. It's constantly running. So if this can help me control it and slow it down and be able to turn it off somewhat, it would be great, because I do get very tired of my brain not turning off. And that's some of it is from the day, because running all day at work does not allow my brain to slow down, because I'm what we in the West, maybe, I don't know what you call it here, but we call it multitasking. And I'm doing 4, 5, 6 things at one time, you know, talking to 2, 3 different customers, handling phone calls, helping train new associates. So there's a lot going on, and that's all within, at the same moment I'm trying to do it. So at the end of the day, my brain just doesn't, so I need some technique that I can turn it off. And if this can help me do that, it'll be nice.
But you've been practicing the meditation for how many days so far?
This will be our 5th or 6th day.
And
6th day.
what do you think, can that meditation help you to turn off all those thoughts in your mind?
I'm learning how to not chase them. When the thought comes in, just relax and let it go away. And so that's helping, because it tends to be what I do is the thought comes into my head and I chase it and I can't get rid of it. And I keep following, it's just one after another. It's what they call here the monkey brain. And it's just, you know, jumping from a tree, and that's my brain. So this is, yeah, I've been learning how to, I am been slowing it down a little bit, and it's helping.
It's helping?
Yeah, I'm noticing a little bit of a difference already.
Okay. And, but have you read the meditation, have you know about meditation before you came here? Just, you just know a bit about from your girlfriend?
The meditation technique here?
Yeah.
I know about the meditation technique. She'd sent me some information, but
You don't have time to practice, it's a busy day all the time.
it's so different. It's very different. I don't understand, you know, watching the spheres. It's very, very different, just trying to understand it. This has at least explained it to me and put it in terms that I can understand now. So now I think I can implement it a little bit more. This is different. You got to keep in mind, I got a Western brain that's been programmed for many, many years a certain way. So it's trying to reprogram my brain differently. And it's going to take a little bit of time. But I've noticed a little bit of, I notice a few things even in a few days.
And what is your feeling so far? How do you feel?
Feel good. You know, after a meditation session, I'm usually a little bit more relaxed and calm. So I can definitely see where it's going to work. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, it's different. You know, I'm not used to settling that brain down. You know.
Yeah, you know the techniques how to set your thought, to just get rid of your thought at least for a few minutes.
Right. Intellectually, I know. I understand intellectually all the processes. It's now trying to change my thinking. You know, you've been doing something a certain way for many, many years, and trust me, I've been doing it for many, many years. You know, I'm becoming an old man soon. Okay, so it's a little different to try and just change it, but it's helping. I'm noticing it. Yeah, after we sit and meditate, I can feel I'm a little calmer.
Okay, because from listening to you, maybe you want to share the techniques that you use during your meditation.
The one that's helping me the most is the mantra, Sama Arahan. That's the one that seems to be helping the most for me, is it keeps me a little bit more focused and my brain from running. I try and just get myself to relax. You know, I'll use my own mantra of just, you know, the word relax, and just relax, and then use the Buddhist mantra. And that seems to help slow things down a little bit. And then listening to the monks talk us through it definitely helps. You know, getting us to relax each muscle, and that helps as well. So it's
That's a technique you use.
That's what I'm using. The mantra seems to be helping the most, because it keeps me from my brain running a lot. So it's helping.
And you have any problem like others have been like aching in your legs and pain, anything?
I've tried sitting in a chair, and I've tried sitting on the little, little padded seats at the back. Those I do like that the best, because the chairs are not padded and the little ones are.
But I don't straight up your back. Is that
to
right?
the most point, yeah, I can. Yeah, I keep readjusting. But sitting there, I can sit cross-legged. That I can do. As a Westerner, I'm okay. I've sat that way a lot my whole life. So sitting cross-legged I'm pretty comfortable with that. Although after an hour, my legs do start getting a little stiff. So I do have to switch them back and forth a little bit. But over the course of the hour, I'm fine.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe you want to share if you have any inner experience during your meditation.
I don't know if I've really I'm not getting the ball yet. Nowhere near that. I'm not to that. It's hard. I'm having the difficulty of trying to bring it down into here right now. I'm still stuck up in here because that's where everything is for me. But what I've noticed is sometimes all of a sudden something will pop into my head, an answer will pop into my brain out of nowhere to a question that I've had either earlier in the day or even over the last week or two. So all of a sudden the answer pops into my head of something I've been thinking about. So that's nice. So that was unexpected. So all of a sudden I have an answer to something I've been thinking about. So I like it. I was thinking about a title of a book I couldn't think of, and all of a sudden the title of the book popped into my brain. I was like, oh, good, there it is. So it's taking some of the clutter away to allow the answers to come that I need.
And does that make you just, how it make you said you, how it make you, because as you said, have sometimes you have questions in your mind, and just after meditating for a while, right, you have the answer the answer comes through your meditation.
Right, yeah.
But how that make you feel?
Good, because all of a sudden I have the answer that I needed. Instead of, I'm just constantly, you walk around and you're like, oh, what was that? I'm trying to think of that. I can't think of the name of that title. And all of a sudden you're meditating, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is. It's like, oh, thank you. It's what I needed. So it's...
You have to keep practicing meditation more and more. You have all the answer that you've been searching for.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to have somebody pushing me in the back to make sure I meditate every day as well. So I'm sure the meditating every day is not going to be a big issue. So I'm sure I'm going to have somebody pushing me. Let's sit down and meditate. Okay, let's sit down and meditate. So.
Yeah, and what are the most impressive features do you have experienced from this retreat?
Just the people I've met here, just seeing a different side of Thailand, the monks, really getting to understand the monks and their role in Buddhism. I think that's been one of the most educational parts of the retreat, is I've never really understood the role of monks in Thai society as well as in Buddhism, so I've really learned a lot with that. And just being exposed to meditation, just to give me the ability to give me a new tool to help me manage life. And any tool that can help you manage your life better, a person's life better, help me manage my life better, has got to improve my life. So meditation gives me a tool to allow me to manage my life and make it better. So
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And how has this retreat inspired you?
Just to try and continue to make my life better. I've been on a path, a journey for over 20 years to raise my consciousness, to try and continue to make myself a better person, and this just is another step in that journey. So, it's helped me just try and keep raising my consciousness, and that's what I like.
Yeah, because to listen to you, because you have it's almost a first experience for in meditation for you, right?
Yeah,
and you see the good result that you have,
right?
To come and join meditation class and to learn more, to understand more, right? What do you think is this good program that you like to introduce to others?
Oh yeah, I got somebody back home I'm going to tell her about. I got a friend that would definitely, she's into yoga. I know she would enjoy this. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. There's a lot to gain from it. There's a lot that people can take and bring into their lives. Whether you take it all the way or just part way, it can't hurt. It can't hurt anybody. It just depends upon the person. If the person's open to new experiences and to moving their life in a positive direction, it's got to help them, and I'm sure they would be, and it's a great deal. I mean, it's very reasonable to come and do something like this.
You think because this location is so nice, peaceful, so greenery, is that a location like this environment that is the part of your, let's say, success in meditation?
It helps. I don't know if it's part of the success. I don't know if it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a key part, but it's a very relaxing atmosphere. It's beautiful. This past week, it's been interesting because we've had a lot of rain. The clouds have been in, but it's been a very beautiful, serene, quiet, nice area. We get to listen to the roosters in the morning and the dogs at night. So it's a nice, healthy environment. The air is fresh. The food is phenomenal. You can't complain about the food. So it's a very relaxing. If you want to get away, and take some time to cha-cha, this is the place.
This is the place,
Yeah.
right? This is a good place for the beginner too. At least you can learn to relax, and when you go back home, at least they know what to do, right?
Right.
They know how to searching for their mind.
Right, yeah.
Okay, would you like, if you have a chance, would you like to come back here again then?
Oh yeah, I can see doing it again at some point in time. You know, it's nice to get an introduction to it, go out and practice it for a while, and then come back and review, and then put everything back in perspective, and then continue to work it. So nothing wrong with review.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe next time you come back, maybe you want to bring more friends to join.
Yeah, if I can bring some or drag them, either or, one way or the other, they'll end up coming. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say to the DMC audience all around the world? To share your experience with them.
I guess part of it would be how I see it is life is a journey, not a guided tour. So it's just about getting out there and experiencing life, living life, seeing other cultures, experiencing other cultures, and if I think everybody got out and traveled a little bit more and experienced other cultures and understood people, we'd be a lot closer to world peace. We'd have a lot more tolerant societies. We wouldn't have some of the issues we have going on in the world today. So, you know, so life is a journey, not a guided tour. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. To listen to you is very, very useful. How to say, a wonderful information. I have to say myself, it's a knowledge to learn from you too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hope to see you next retreat.
Okay. And if you come to the United States, make sure you come and visit Niagara Falls. It's well worth the visit. Okay? It's beautiful.
That is an invitation.
Yes, come, please.
Yes, thank you very much.
Niagara Falls is gorgeous. It's just a beautiful place to come and visit. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the
Cup and cup.
invitation.
You're welcome.
Luang Por Tamashayo used to say that when we meditate, a bright light will emerge. We will be able to see this inner light as clear as daylight, yet its glow is gentler and more sublime.
15 years ago, a young man from the UK started searching for answers to the unanswerable question that disturb and trouble his peace of mind. He picked the right tool for this search, that is meditation. Among various meditation methods, he tried Dhammakaya method and find it the simplest yet most profound.
Now that person is a revered monk at the Dhammakaya temple, and today he will kindly share with us the story of Prat Mongkol Thep Muni, Luang Por Wat Pak Nam, focusing on his dedication to rediscover Dhammakaya knowledge. So please help us welcome Prat River Patako.
Hello everybody. Today I'd like to share with you all the secret of success. Success in both meditation and in life. This is not a small thing, this is quite a big thing, because what we're all looking for in life is success. But in particular in our spiritual lives, in terms of meditation, this is not an easy thing to do, as many of you may have discovered already in your meditations. But we can look at the examples of those who have achieved success and look at this to work out how, why were they successful. This is something I've been doing for some time. Even before I was a monk, I was always interested in why people attain success in their lives. And also in terms of the spiritual teachers I'd been following. Even when I was a little child watching TV, there was a program which I rather liked. It was a program about people who had achieved success in their lives, people who had broken world records. These are the kind of people who have made history through their deeds. There was a program called Record Breakers. It was in England. When I was watching it, there was one song which was played at the beginning of the program every time. And it went a little bit like this. I won't sing it. I was never a good singer. It went a little bit like this. Dedication. Dedication. That's all you need. If you want to beat the rest, if you want to be the best, dedication is all you need. This was something which really struck me. When we looked at all these people doing these incredible feats, these world records being broken, we can often see this. Whether it be in terms of the strange kind of world records, or whether it be in terms of these great sporting achievements, we see the same thing. It comes down to dedication. There is a tendency for some people to think that successful people are successful because they're lucky. They're just gifted, or they've had the breaks. We didn't get the break, so that's why we're not successful. But when we actually look at the lives of these people, we find out that it comes down to their own hard practice, dedicated practice. I'll raise a rather simple example, a modern example. You may have heard of him, David Beckham. Some people, when they hear of David Beckham and his spectacular curving free kicks, they think that this is something which he was just fortunate in having this ability. Actually, when one studies him, as I used to, my childhood idol, I discovered actually it came about because of his hours of extra practice every day on the training field. After everybody else has gone home, he would stay on and practice curving the ball, again and again and again and again, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times. Just that. So this practice, repeated, sustained, daily practice, hours and hours of doing the same thing again and again and again, he perfected it, perfected this art of curving a ball. What did that lead him to? It lead him to wealth, success, the pinnacle of success in his sport. It is the same thing, whether it be in the worldly life, in terms of our profession and so on, or in terms of our own spiritual lives, particularly in terms of meditation. When we look at those who have attained the higher success in their spiritual and meditation, then we would look at, for example, the Lord Buddha. It is very much worth studying to see just what was this key thing, this key ingredient in his quest for enlightenment. It is a very fascinating story too. If I was to start this story, you should know a little bit, first of all, about his background. Of course, we all know Prince Siddhartha, the story of, it's like a fairy tale story. We have a prince and we have a princess. The prince had a life of incredible luxury. Not only was he physically the most incredibly perfect human body to ever been born, not only did he have the most fabulously beautiful wife, Princess Yasodhara, not only did he have a mansion for every season, countless thousands of ladies in waiting on him, the best food you could get, a life of absolute luxury. But when he discovered that all his loved ones, his father, the king, his foster mother, his family, and his newborn baby were all going to share the same fate, that they were all going to get sick. They were all going to grow old and die. When that fact hit him, that not only he, but his whole family, everyone he loves, are all going to die, this fact hit him so strongly that he decided to dedicate himself to the aim of ending all suffering, not just for him, not just for his family, but for everybody. It is often sometimes misunderstood that when the Bodhisattva, as we call him, someone who is in search of enlightenment, that when he left his family, left the palace, rode away on a horse to find this, some people misunderstand it as being selfish, that he abandoned his family. It's really a misunderstanding, because one should look at, this is somebody who had everything, every pleasure you could imagine. What he did was he sacrificed all of that and went through the most incredible suffering, personal suffering, in order to come back and free his family from all suffering. So actually it was an incredible sacrifice on his part. And what he wasn't prepared to do was to abandon his family to the fate of growing old and dying, which all of us generally do. He wasn't prepared to do that. He wasn't prepared to accept that everybody he knew would have to share the same horrible fate. So off he went. First of all, he gave up the home, the palace, the 3 palaces. Instead, he would sleep under a tree, in a cave, in a cemetery. He would give up all his fine clothing to go and pick the rags off a dead body. This is the kind of sacrifice I'm talking about. He searched around trying to work out how he's going to find this solution until he found some people to study under. In particular, 2 hermits, well known as the best meditators of that time. The first one he tried, he managed to, extremely quickly, in a day or 2, to master that meditation technique to the extent that he was the equal of the teacher. The teacher recognized him as doing everything he could and authorized him to teach. Now, if it was anybody else who was just in it for a bit of fame, for a bit of ego, to have a large following, well, he'll just say, great, I've done it. Didn't take me long. I'll just teach these people and have a nice big following and go back and say, I've done it. No. He knew deep inside, not quite there yet, and hasn't done the full job. It's not the end of all suffering. So he spurns the first teacher, Alara, and goes on to find the second one, Uddaka. It does again the same thing, reaches the very heights of meditation. Not just the heights of meditation in that time, but even in today's age, you would find it hard to find someone who could meditate as well as that. He masters it in, again, a day. After doing so, again asked to become a teacher. Not interested. Still, it's not the end of suffering. So he gives it up. Now where does he turn? He's gone to the best meditators in the land, learned everything they've got. He turns to what was at that time the most popular technique, the most popular method, which was self-torture. This seems a rather strange idea in today's age, although in fact in India, even in modern India, they're still doing many of these practices, such as sleeping on a bed of nails, which some of us may have heard of, or standing on one leg for months. It still happens, it's true. But in those days, he tried many brutally difficult techniques, including such things as holding his breath until the air would come out of his ears, his eyes were bulging, his skull was about to burst. Excruciating agony. And it was seen as the way to overcome all lust, to overcome all desire, and to become someone pure. He suffered like this for not just weeks, not just months, but years doing these kind of practices. he ended up not eating just a mustard seed a day, until his bones were sticking out. All you can see was veins and bones, no flesh at all, like a skeleton, until he would pass out as if he was about to die. This is not someone who was selfish. This is someone who sacrificed everything and was prepared to sacrifice his life in order to find the end of suffering for all of us. And so this is what I mean by dedication. This is someone who's prepared to sacrifice everything, including his life, to attain this goal. Once he had attained it, which took him great efforts in meditation once more, this time without a teacher, but through his own consistent practice, his own insight, and his own dedication to building up his concentration. Many people think, oh, the Lord Buddha attained his enlightenment on this one night. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean there wasn't a lot of practice before then. Actually, over a very long period of time, he developed his strength and his mental concentration day and by night and by day, keeping his meditation going 24 hours a day continuously. Now that's dedication. Most of us will find, oh, it's hard to find 10 minutes to meditate. This is by day and by night and by day, again and again, until his concentration reached the utmost maximum. And that occurred on the night of his full enlightenment. Even on that night, it was not easy. He staked his life on that meditation cushion to attain to it. He said, I will not rest, I will not stand up from this until I have attained the full enlightenment and liberation for the benefit of all beings. If that means he has to die there, so be it. How few people would be prepared to stake their lives for anything. On that night, he had to go through not just immense temptations and challenges. It is reputed that there are these massive storms, unnatural storms which came. But it really was putting his life on the line. It even talks of these stories of this army of demons coming. Again, not interested, not worried, not concerned, not wavering, just determined and dedicated to attaining this goal. Even after attaining this enlightenment, he then goes on to spend 45 years solid in the spreading and teaching and serving of humanity, wandering hundreds of miles just to liberate one person. And that is what I call dedication to the task. And some of those people that he freed were indeed his own family. He goes back to free his father, the king Sudatana, liberated, completely liberated. He goes back to liberate his foster mother, also completely liberated, and becomes the first nun or bhikkhuni of the Buddhist order. Someone who actually also became one of the most excellent meditators there was too. This is not someone who bore a grudge against him, but why did you leave? Quite the reverse. Someone who had the most utmost faith and attainment following the Lord Buddha's teachings. Even his former wife, so to speak, Princess Yasodhara, followed into the bhikkhuni order, this female nun, female monk order. His son as well, Prince Rahula, from the age of 7, comes on with a robe, novice monk, practices himself full-heartedly, and again also attains the full liberation. His whole family, everybody, all liberated entirely. No one still sort of having a grudge. Why did you leave us? Not quite the reverse. All of them actually attained to the higher states of meditation, and most of them actually followed him into monkhood in some way. So this is what I mean by dedication to the goal, and you can see the fruits of such dedication to a goal. Now, we have to learn from such an example in our own meditation practice. And we may think that, well, that was just the Lord Buddha, he's perfect, and who are we to be able to dedicate ourselves like this? So, you know, thousands of years ago now, and what relevance does it have now? Well, I'd like to talk to you about another example. This is a modern day example, someone which many of us will know and respect already, and that is Lombu Wat Nam Pasijira and Sojantasaro Pramongkontepmani. This is his full title, a full name. This is a Thai monk of the last century, the most fantastic meditator of the last century, who had a similar tale in some ways of someone who staked his life to attain this inner state of enlightenment in meditation. So I think we can see that without dedication, the Lord Buddha would never have reached his final goal of enlightenment and liberation. He would have quit a long time ago, whether it be when he was through the years of suffering, of self-mortification, whether it was when he was on the point of death in meditation. He would have quit without that dedication. He would never have attained such deep states of concentration without putting in hours and hours of dedicated practice, day in, day out, even by night, as we hear. And it doesn't mean we're all going to have to do it to that level. Fortunately, it's easier for us because he has done the hard work for us already, which is finding out how to do it. We fortunately do know how to do it. Let's simply place our minds at the center of the body and stop our minds there. Okay, we know the secret of it now. But even if we know the technique, without having the virtue of dedication, will not bear its fruit. What we need to do is be able to apply ourselves to the technique, to have a consistent, dedicated practice every day. And this is one of the most crucial ingredients in our successful meditation practice, and something which I would like to talk further about by raising some more modern day examples so that you can see that it's not just the Buddhas who can attain to high states of meditation. So you can see that it's not just Buddhas who can attain to high states of meditation, but also in today's modern life there are people, whether they be monks, whether they be lay people, or people like yourselves in different countries, who have also attained to higher states of meditation through dedicated practice. And so in the next episode, I would like to share with you the story of Lombu Wat Nam, the great meditator who managed to rediscover this meditation technique that we all practice, which is the technique of placing the mind at the center of the body, at the center of the center, the middle way. So this is something I will share with you next time.
During this Zen retreat, most of the meditation experience or the fruit of practice of the monks appear to be Luang Por Thammachayo's main topic and concern. However, soon enough the Zen retreat will end, and that means he will shift his attention to lay people, to cultivating most merit in the Kathina robe offering to the monks who complete the retreat.
Kathina ceremony this year is dedicated to Kunyai Ajahn Maharatana Upasika Ajahn Konokyung, Pramongkontepmuni's most brilliant student. After the passing of her master in 1959, Kunyai was the heir to the oral tradition of Dhammakaya and took upon herself the duty of transmitting the tradition and teaching down to the new generations, until she took the work to lead the group of pioneers that founded Wat Phra Dhammakaya in 1970 and moving to live in Wat Phra Dhammakaya in 1975.
The name Kunyai Ajahn is simply an affectionate title meaning respected lady master of advancing years, given to her by her student.
And this year Katina is held in memory of her 101st anniversary. We will talk about the purpose of Kunyai Katinas next time, but for today we would like to thank you for watching our show and hope to see you again next week. Goodbye. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ